Hello and welcome to the LT Varsity Baseball Field. I'm Max A. Ramson alongside me Luke Lawson and Nick Jacobs. We're here with some baseball here today. The Lions, Township Lions, taking on the Proviso West Panthers. Andrew Gatlin on the mound, the tall righty for the Lions here today. Boasts a 1-0 record in 15 innings pitched. Strike one is high, but ball one is high rather. And Nick, what is one of your keys to the game here today?
Well, I think LT's just got to throw strikes against a Proviso team that's been pretty weak at the plate. They've only had one win, but that one win was their last game. So I think LT's just got to be ready for anything to come and make sure they're on top of their game defensively today.
Proviso's had a tough season so far, 1-17 and then 0-8 in conference. LT, very solid season so far, 14-6. That puts them on top of the Western Silver Conference. Gatlin fans Bryant for out number one.
Now batting number 7, Holland.
Sam Holland steps in for Proviso West, the lefty. Ball one low. Ground ball, high hop over Mitchell's head, into the outfield, base hit for Samuel Holland.
Quite the weird bounce there.
Yeah, the lip of the grass just caught that one and shot it up.
Unlucky for Mitchell.
Stepping in the three-hitter, Davon Head, the senior outfielder. Gatlin from the stretch. Strike one catches the outside corner. Gatlin, you don't have the greatest ERA. Hovering around 3.7 on the year. But with so many games and such a short stretch of time for the Lions, they really need to go deep with your pitching and try to save Grant Leader and Eric Steensma for matchups against OPRF, who they play next Monday. Oh, 2 count here. On Head. Ring him up. Gatlin got him with the hook.
Yeah, nice off-speed pitch there for Gatlin. Threw the batter off course. Didn't see that one coming.
Stepping in, Ricky Raspberry, the sophomore. Strike one from Gatlin. Ground ball right side to Mitchell, scoops it up, fires over to first. At the end of the top half of the first. Hello and welcome back for the bottom half of inning number 1. Piano's gonna step into the box for the Lions, the senior. Next year he'll play ball at Lewis in Romeoville.
Also has a very good arm for the Lions. Lefty, good breaking ball. Might see a bit of him on the mound today.
He's got 23 innings in so far this year, sitting at 2-1 and a 2.73 ERA. Ball one outside. Mikey McLaughlin on the mound for the Panthers. The junior. 2-0 the count on Piento. Ball 3. And with Piano's speed, If he gets on, let's see if they get moving on the base paths. Ball 4. And Piano will jog down to first base. Stepping in, Bryce Moskowitz, the senior catcher. He'll be playing ball at Pitt next year.
Number 26, Bryce Moskowitz.
Moskowitz hitting .385 on the year. Ball 1 is low. Nice scoop by the catcher, Devon Head. Check Ricky Raspberry.
Not a huge lead from Pianto, but you never know.
Moskowitz lines the ball out to right field. Bobbled in right. Piano heads to third. Throw hits the cutoff man, keeps Moskowitz at first. Lions have a man in scoring position with no outs.
Now batting left fielder number 40, Jack Ferraro.
Here's Jack Ferraro stepping in, hitting .393 on the season with 2 long balls and 15 RBI.
Running at first, Bobby Penna.
Penna runs for Moskowitz. Hook is inside. Ball 1. Strike 1 on the foul ball.
Nice little hop by Pianto there to stay out of the way.
Yeah,
that one would have been a stinger for sure.
Yeah. McLaughlin steps off, looks back, Penna to first. One and 1 count to Ferraro. McLaughlin from the stretch, ball low. Piano heads home. He's up easy. Lions take a 1-0 lead. Penna to second.
I know I said at the beginning of the game that LT has to hit the strike zone, but right now Proviso's throwing a lot of balls right now, so they got to start throwing pitches to hit to LT, even though that may not result in anything much better, but nothing good can come from a bunch of walks.
Ball 4 low. Ferraro jogs down to first. First and second here, nobody out. Nick Hughes steps in for the Lions. Hughes the lefty. Good lead at second by Penna. Strike 1 at the knees. Huge hole in between short and third. Fouled off by Hughes. On to the tennis courts. Heads up. .02 count here on Hughes. No outs. Runners on first and second. The hook is high for ball one. A 1-2 count here to Hughes. McLaughlin from the stretch. Hughes lifts the ball down to right field, tough angle. Ball drops. Potentially a play at second. Throw into left field. Penna's gonna score. Ferraro stops at third. Hughes advances to second.
Now batting second baseman number 19.
I believe that'd be chalked up as an error. Kind of surprised that there was no infield fly.
I think it was a little deep.
It was. We've got the Proviso West dugout right in front of us, so we can't really see the right field line. Mike Mitchell steps in. He's got a homer this year. One-0 count. Lions out to a 2-0 lead. Two and 0. Off speed outside. Three-one count. Ball four is low, and Mitchell heads to first base.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 25, Jack Tabachka.
The DH Tabachka steps in, heading to UW-Madison next year. Bases juiced, nobody out. Strike one at the knees. A ball driven down the left field line, stays fair. That's going to be multiple bases for Tabachka. 2 runs scored. Tabachka in with the double. As the Lions jump out to a 4-0 lead. Tabachka kept it just inside the left field line.
I'll tell you, Max, that couldn't have been much closer, but that's a great hit by Tabachka with the bases loaded to drive in a few runs there. Lions ahead to an early 4-0 lead.
Will Stenner.
A beautiful hit by Tabachka. In that situation, it's easy to try and knock the ball out of the park with bases loaded, but instead he just put a good hit on the ball perfectly down the left field line.
Stenner is out in front of a changeup. Here's Stenner, the senior. 0-1 count. Ball is low, nice stop by Raspberry. Ball gets foul. 1-1 count here to Stenner. Lions out to a 4-0 lead on this warm day in May. McLaughlin had Stenner reaching at a hook. Moves the count to 1-2.
It's only the second pitch count that McLaughlin's been ahead in. Let's see if he can take advantage of it.
Ball bounced out to short. Long throw to first. Got him at first. Play at third. Tabashka in. Ball heads down the left field line. That'll score Tabashka. Lions out to a 5-0 lead.
Nobody. Number 31.
Here's Martino in. One out here in the bottom of the first. The senior shortstop. Ball one is low. Crosswind here today from left to right. Little bit of help for the hitter. Ball driven to right. We'll see if that stays fair. Gets foul. Martino way out in front of that pitch. Martino sends a fly out to short. Tough play caught by the shortstop. Two gone.
Two straight good plays by the shortstop for Proviso.
Stepping in for the Lions, number 24, the third baseman, Jack Verdon. McLaughlin, ball one is high. It's a foul ball on a checked swing by Verdon. One and one count here on Verdon with 2 outs in the inning. Lions lead 6-0. McLaughlin from the windup. Verdon pokes the ball out to left. Tough play, caught by the left fielder. And at the end of one, the Lions, Township Lions, lead the Proviso West Panthers 6-0. We'll be right back after the break. And welcome back for the top half of inning number 2. Lions Township leads 6-0. McLaughlin in for the Panthers, the pitcher. Gatling comes in with strike one. The hook is high for ball one. Ball low, 2-1. It's a straight take all the way there. Because once you show it, you can't pull it back in high school. 3-1 count here on McLaughlin. Ball 4 is low. McLaughlin, the leadoff hitter this inning, is on for the Panthers. Stepping in for the Panthers, number 2, the senior, Eddie Botello. Pick off at first, safe. Botello squares, gets it down. Gatlin tosses over to first, the first out. Good sacrifice there by Botello, as the Panthers have a man in scoring position with 1 out. Batting 7th here today, number 3, TJ Reynolds, the senior. Ball 1 is outside. Hacks through for strike 1. Gatlin from the stretch. 1-1 count. Foul tip for strike 2. Looks like it caught Moskowitz. You know, it's that little relationship between the catcher and umpire where you look out for one another if you take a foul ball off the chest or hand. So. 1-2 count here on Reynolds. Ball fouled off over the first base dugout. Ball lined out to right. Lost all angles of it. Cheers, so we'll assume it was caught by the right fielder. And it was for out number 2. Got that little blind spot out there.
It's hard to see anything. First base line.
Gio Davis, the senior, steps in for the Panthers. 0-1 count. McLaughlin in scoring position for Proviso West. Strike 2 from Gatlin. Ball grounded to second base, scooped up by Mitchell, flips it over to Hughes for out number 3. Nothing going for the Panthers. Lyons Township still leads 6-0. We'll be right back after the break. Hello and welcome back for the bottom half of inning number 2. The Lyons Township Lions lead Proviso West 6-0 on senior day. Matt Piano steps in for the Lions, a senior center fielder.
Back at the top of the order here for the Lions. Let's see if they can get something going.
Piano grounds a ball to first. Tough hop, he's on.
Any mistake made in the field on Matt Piano, he's going to make you pay for it. Blazing speed on the base paths.
Normally you have a little cushion on a ball to first base, but Piano running. Don't forget about it, especially the hop that it took off the hip. Here's Moskowitz, the senior catcher. Singled in the first. Strike one on the curveball.
Good pitch there by McLaughlin.
Normally you might run Piano, but I don't think you do with the 6-0 lead.
He's really keeping an eye on him over there too. He knows that he's a threat.
Eats him up at short. Would have been a tough play anyway. Knuckled off the bat, not hit very hard. And Moskowitz is on. Probably could go, I mean, I think he's safe either way at first, but probably be ruled an error.
Can't underestimate this grass though. Very thick, long grass. Anything can happen when the ball's bouncing either slow or fast. Seen a couple weird bounces already. Fielders just gotta stay low and be ready.
I mean, you would also say that Moskowitz runs well for a catcher, but honestly, he just runs well, period.
He does.
Running back on the football team. Had a great year this past year. Good pass catcher out of the backfield.
Dual sport athlete.
Nice scoop by Holland. One and one count here to Ferraro. Ball two is inside, 2-1. Tough hop on the lip. Coach Didi holds Piano at third. Bases are loaded for the four-hitter, Nick Hughes.
Another interesting hop there. Nothing much you can do about that when it's coming in that hot and it just bounces up over your head. Panthers have had a few unlucky breaks on their side.
Also, Palczynski just didn't really move his feet on that, stuck in the mud.
Got to charge a ball like that.
Before it attacks you with that lip, how we've seen multiple times earlier here today. Strike one on the foul ball to Hughes. And McLaughlin is throwing strikes for the most part. Had a few walks in the first, but just hasn't gotten a whole lot of help on defense.
That's for sure. He's calmed down more than enough after the first inning, but like you said, he hasn't really gotten the help he needs so far. And as a pitcher, that's the one thing you need the most. If you're throwing strikes, there's not much else you can do.
Throws you off your game as well. Your defense doesn't have your back.
Especially when you're getting ground balls and, you know, ball driven to right. Over the right field wall. Grand slam for Nick Hughes, and the Lions jump out to a 10-0 lead. Hughes catapulted that thing out to right.
Absolute monster shot by Hughes there. That'll bring in 4 runs for the Lions.
That's his third on the season. Third homer of the year, yeah. And that's what errors will do to you. I mean, that ball's going out regardless, but when you have multiple errors in the field, that puts guys on the pond, and they get driving in most of the time.
And now you know for sure that grand slam is sitting in the back of McLaughlin's head. It's going to make it even tougher for him to finish out this inning strong.
Here's Mitchell, the second baseman, headed to Ole Miss next year. Not sure what he's majoring in.
Not sure either.
2-1 count here to Mitchell. Ball driven to right. Over the right fielder's head. Mitchell rounds first, heads to second. Heads to third. Ball finally is into the outfield. Michael Mitchell with a stand-up triple. Ball was hit on a line out to right. Tough play for the right fielder. Just shot over his head.
And LT's bats are really going now. Putting everything in play right now. I don't think they've struck out once so far.
And McLaughlin's a pitch-to-contact pitcher, and he's gotten the ground balls that he's gone for, minus the past two hitters. That's good pitching. Giving up 2 big hits, and then he goes and hits with off speed at the knees. And an error by the third baseman.
Guys, you gotta help your pitcher, man. He can't do it all.
Whizzed right past his glove there.
$11 to nothing. No outs. Ball is popped up. Nice play by the catcher. 1 down. Sam Holland.
And that's not an easy catch to make there. Well done by Holland.
Yeah, Holland's played a good game today. He's had a few scoops. Nice play there.
Tabashka at first. Back easy. Ball into right field. Splits the hole between first and second. Lions have 2 men on.
Now batting, third baseman, number 24. Nice try, TJ.
Here's Verdon. The third baseman. Out in front of the off speed. Nice curveball by McLaughlin. 0-2 count on Burden.
The curveball's been the one pitch that has really caught LT off guard all game long.
And it's very well located. belt high or lower. Ball hit to short. Error is at second. Error on the second baseman. Bases are loaded for the leadoff man, Piento. Piento batting .317 on the year with 16 runs and 7 RBI. Ball driven to right, won't get out of here. Tough play by the center fielder. Ball is caught. Tabashka tags up and scores for the Lions. Nice play by the center fielder as there's 2 outs in the inning.
That one looked like it was coming pretty hot off the bat, but didn't have enough juice to get out of here. Good play by the center fielder.
There was a lot of distance covered by the center fielder.
Even with the shift on.
Ball 2 is low. Ball 3.
Take a breath, Mikey. Take a breath, buddy.
Ball 4 is outside. Moskowitz jogs down to first.
You have to love that energy that LT's bench brings. It's got to be one of the best parts about baseball. Always having fun no matter where, on the field or in the dugout.
Yeah, you can only play 9, but they've got 26 rostered. Ball driven to left. Verdon held at third. It's a 7-run inning for the Lions. 13-0. Nick Hughes has a chance to do it again. A grand slam earlier this inning. Bases are juiced for him again. Hughes lined out to short. Ball gets in the gap. That's going to score 2. Hughes hustling to second. Errant throw.
I think they would have made the play if he landed the tag.
I thought the ump was ready to ring him up. He was halfway with the twitch. 15-0 for the Lions. Here's Michael Mitchell in here with 2 outs. McLaughlin from the stretch. There's that curveball.
It's getting almost everybody right now on the lineup.
Seems to always bring it out as his first pitch. I don't blame him. It's been working.
Ball popped up. Tough play for the catcher. Holland must have heard footsteps.
Nice try, Sammy. Nice try.
That's always a tough one. He made the play earlier, but when it's spinning up that high, especially with the sun coming, beating down in your face, that's never an easy play to make.
And he stepped on gravel, and I know just from personal experience, you tend to slow down, get a little bit cautious of your surroundings. 0-2 count. Ball one is high. He went back to the curveball.
Mike, you don't give him none.
Not far from the strike zone there.
Another curveball. Good movement, just left it a little bit too high. Ball driven to left, stays fair. That's going to score 2. Ball is at the fence. Mitchell, stand up double. And it's an 11-run inning for the Lions. Coach Travis Cox talking it over with McLaughlin, just trying to calm him down a little bit. He's pitching well, throwing strikes, but like we said earlier, just no help from his defense.
They could have been out of this inning a long time ago if they had made the errors in the infield.
Well,
They've cost him quite a few runs, but
he only has 4 earned runs, and it's a 17-run ball game. Tabashka pops it up to third. Will be a tough play.
Come on, guys.
I think the left fielder's got to call third baseman off of that ball there. He's got the angle on it.
Right.
Tougher to back up and make that play, whereas the left fielder can come in, make the play in a much easier way. So I agree. It seems like the left fielder's ball.
0-1 count on Tabashka. Swings through the curveball for strike 2. Tabashka reaches on the air.
I think you just got to try to get yourself in front of that ball so there's no way that it gets past you, instead of trying to make the sweeping play with all your momentum going towards first base. If you don't catch it cleanly, then it's going to be an error. And it's a tough play to make. Don't get me wrong, but just got to try to make it as simple as possible.
And the ball was hit hard enough. There's no need to just square up and test your arm against Tabashka's legs. Obviously, if you got piano running, that's a different story. You got to try to make that play.
Nothing against Tabachka, but he's not the fastest guy in
No,
the world.
no. He'll tell you that. Ball line to second.
Nice. All right, guys.
And finally, the side is retired, but not before an 11-run inning for the Lions as they're out to a 17-0 lead. We'll be right back after the break. Hello and welcome back here as we start the top half of inning number 3. The Lyons Township Lions lead the Proviso West Panthers 17-0, fueled by a Nick Hughes grand slam out to right field in the bottom half of inning number 2. Here's Palczynski. Swings through for strike 1. Gatlin with a cannon. Strike 2.
What's up, Nick?
Swings through for strike 3. Gatlin retires Palczynski.
Sorry, son. I'll throw it. Come on, Fred.
Here's the leadoff man, Davion Bryant, the senior. Fouls off for strike number 1. Strike 2. Ball out to right field. Going to be a tough play. Don't hear cheers, so we'll assume it dropped for a foul ball. Gatlin with the high cheese. Fouled off by Bryant. Good fight here by the senior. Ball line to Gatlin. That's out number 2. In steps the catcher, number 7, Samuel Holland. He's had a nice day behind the plate. Ball 1 is high. Ball 2. Ball 3. And Holland works the 4-pitch walk. In steps Head. Ball one is low. 5 straight balls for the junior pitcher. Comes in with strike one. Nice block by Malpede, the junior. Three-one count here to Bryant. 2 outs here in the inning. Strike 2, catches the outside corner. Full count here. Runner will be in motion. And Bryant goes down looking. We're through 2.5. The Lions lead 17-0. We'll be right back after the break. Hello and welcome back for the bottom half of inning number 3. The Lions lead 17-0. Martino, the senior shortstop, steps in to start off the bottom of inning number 3. Ball one is outside. Ball 3. Martino will head down to first base. Verdon steps in. Ball one is high. The Lions have 2 more games against Proviso this week. They're at Proviso tomorrow, and then they host them here again on Thursday. Two and 0 count to Verdon. Out in front of a fastball down the left field line for a foul ball. Ball lined out to left field. Base hit for Jack Verdon, the senior. Stepping in number 17, Nick Panos. Panos getting his third at bat here this season. Behind on a fastball. Strike one. Ball is fair. Panos in with a double. Scores Martino. Burden to third. Lions lead 18-0. I believe the Lions could end the game if Panos scores. Strike one on Malpiti. Fouled off, strike two. Good pitch for 0-2. Surprised Malpiti laid off.
Yeah, it looked very close.
Ball jammed out to the outfield. Malpiti on with the base hit. Scores Verdon. Panos to third. 19-0. Ball one is low. Here's Penna, the senior, attending COD next year. Spent 4 years in the varsity baseball program. Penna grounds it to short. Going to be a tough play. Plays at second and got him. Great play by Botello as he flips it to McLaughlin to get the force out at 2. It scores Panos. And it is 20-0. Here's Pagato. Pitches outside. This is Pagato's first at-bat of the season. 1-1 count. Two and one to Pagato. Penna stayed at first on the wild pitch. Three and one. Ball four. Mitchell will step in for the Lions. Two men on, one out. Mitchell at the plate. Ortiz comes in with strike one. Ball lined to right. That's going to shoot the gap to the fence. Mitchell rounds first, heads for second. Stop sign is on, but it scores Penna 21-0. Good piece of hitting there by Mitchell as he found the power alley in right center.
He's taken it both ways today. Opposite field, and he's pulled it to left field when he's needed to. Strong hitting today from Mitchell.
Tabashka pops it up near us, but that'll get over our heads for a foul ball. Strike one. Athletic play by Head, but a foul ball. Actually, a heck of a play for.
Yeah. Too bad it was foul.
Ball one, low, 1-2 count here to Tabashka, one out. Two men on, second and third. Line to third for a double play. Devon Head gets the Panthers out of the inning with it, dives to his right, extends, touches the bag at third. Athletic play. And the Lions go down, but not before a 4 spot is put on the board. We'll be right back right after the break for the top of the fourth. Hello and welcome back for the top half of the fourth. The Lions lead 21-0. Andrew Gatlin still on the mound, scoreless through 3. Comes with a fastball low for ball one. Here's a Raspberry. Strike one at the knees. Ball popped up near first. Going to be a tough play. Out number 1, caught by Pagato. Here's McLaughlin. He steps in for the second time today. Gatling comes in with strike 1. Ball 1 outside. Two and 1. Strike from Gatlin. Ball 4. Strike 1 to Botello, the shortstop.
It's been Gatlin's best pitch today, the fastball, nice and smooth.
Yeah, and it's kind of an odd release. Doesn't seem very fluid. It seems like he gets his arm out in front, and then he just flicks his wrist right at the end.
It looks like a late release. To
Right.
be honest, yeah.
Throw from Malpede. McLaughlin safe at second with the steal of the bag. Two outs here. Willante Williams steps in.
Now batting number 9. Williams.
Swings through for strike 1. Ball driven to center. Panos comes in and retires the side. That should be all for this one. Are they going to play a full 4? This might just be an experience game from here on out.
Yeah. Everybody might try to get in the
Yeah.
younger guys. That's what LT's already tried to do.
Yeah, they've definitely gotten some guys who haven't played as much this season in. They're playing some of the seniors that normally don't play as much. Like, they've already pulled Ferraro and Moskowitz since they've played in all 20 games so far this season. Keeping in center, keeping in Mitchell. They pulled Piento. Keeping in Burden.
Seen a little bit of Charlie Pagato.
Yep.
Nick Panos, some guys who don't normally see the field as much as they're younger. They'll get their time next year.
So I've got a feeling that they'll just play I mean, I don't know what they're doing, but the coaches obviously talked because the game should be over because it's 15 after 4.
Sure it's not after 5?
From what I checked, it's 10 after 5. But regardless, I think more than a 20 after 3.5 or 4 slaughter rule is kind of ridiculous. And here's Stenner. Hot shot to third base. That ball will get to the wall. Stenner rounds first, heads for second. In at second with the double. And Head had no chance on that ball at third. An absolute rope that hovered about 2 feet off the ground until it reached the outfield and then just kicked close to the fence.
And that's about the 4th or 5th hard hit ball we've seen go down the third base line. Those are tough plays to make.
Here's Connor White. This might be his first at-bat also this season. Strike 2, 0-2. Fouled off. Ball is low. Ball outside, 2-2 count here to Connor White. Burden on deck. Stenner stands at second after his leadoff double. Ball bounced up the middle, going to be a tough play. McLaughlin ranges right, overthrown to first. Hopefully it didn't hit our cameraman.
Third baseman, number 24, Jack Verdon.
Here's a third baseman, Jack Verdon, the senior. Had a nice day at the plate so far here today. First and third, nobody out. Pitch is inside. Ball 1. Strike 1, 1-1. Strike 2 at the knees. 1-2 count here to Jack Verdon. Two and 2 count here. Let's say called the previous one a ball. I just misheard it. Did I?
I think so. He made a little motion that made it look like.
Ball popped up.
Guess he called it a ball though.
White at first, Stenner at third, Verdon at the dish. Now they have 2 and 2 up on the scoreboard, so we'll go with that. Because obviously the players run it. Ball bounced to short, slow roller. Mishandled at 2. Chalk that up as a fielder's choice error. 22-0. Nick Panos steps in for the Lions. Panos lines the ball out to left. Going to be a tough play. Gets down. Crow hopped into shortstop. And the bases are loaded for Justin Malpede. Ball one behind Malpede. Ball driven to left center. That's going to get over his head. At the fence. Scores at least 2. And the Lions are out to a 24-0 lead. Justin Malpede with an absolute frozen rope out to center field. Reached the fence. And he pulled up at second with a double. Here's the senior, Bobby Penna. Ball inside. That ball was absolutely obliterated by Malpede.
It looked like it was going to go over the wall for a second.
I got excited.
Would have been the second one of the day for the Lions.
I was about ready to dial up a home run call, and a ball poked out to short. Botello swings it on over to first. Run scores. That's Panos. RBI for Bobby Penna. 25-0. Here's Charlie Pagato. His second at bat here today. Ball low. Strike at the knees. You can tell Pagano wants to hit, so I think the ump was almost helping him out to give him the opportunity to swing the bat. Nice scoop by Holland. He's been steady back there tonight for the Panthers. Holland again, the steady backstop. And now they're getting, when Grant Leader steps in, you know that they're getting their guys some opportunities. Leader, a pitcher only. Doesn't have an at-bat this year. Obviously you want to protect him since he's your best arm. I almost feel like Coach Didi is cracking himself up right here.
He's taking a video over there.
Who is? Oh, yeah, metaphorically. Ball poked out to left. Giving chase to it is the left fielder. To the fence. Leader. He says, not only can I pitch, I can swing the bat pretty well too.
Ball was belted.
Leader squared that one up and put that one about 320 out to left. When you have a pitcher, we're going to call Grant Leader a pitcher because he really does not swing the bat. When you have a pitcher poke one 320, it's a pretty good day.
Oh, yeah. Not every day that happens.
And knowing Grant Leader, he's he wants to put on a show for the cameras. Quite the character, and I mean that in the best way possible. Very, I don't know, just a funny kid. Popped up. Foul. And obviously, when the cameras are here, he's quite the show on the mound with a blistering 91-mile-per-hour fastball.
If I'm correct, he's headed to Illinois to play baseball next year.
He is.
Not next year. In
2 years. He committed last year.
Yeah.
And Tabashka goes down on strikes. And another pitcher steps in, Michael Walsh. He has one at-bat this year. And his teammates are just loving this. I think Coach Didi's loving this as well.
A little bit of a pickle there to end the inning.
Yeah.
Not much communication going on there.
Normally you just whip that ball over to first base,
Get
but
the easy out.
Head normally doesn't play. He normally doesn't play third base. Maybe they're playing 5 because they've been pretty quick on time. It's only been an hour and a half game so far.
Still sticking with Gatlin on the mound.
Yeah, he's been great here today. Yeah, we'll be right back after the break. Lions lead 26-0 over Proviso West. Straight up answered his question in the mic. Yeah, we'll go to break. Well, no, this is a slaughter thing. It's now it's supposed to be slaughter.
It has to be over after this half.
Yes. Oh. I couldn't even fathom why.
Just pretend like it's over.
Now batting number 17.
Hello and welcome back here to the top half of inning number 5. Andrew Gatlin still on the mound for the Lions. Ortiz whiffs on strike 1. Ball poked to Gatlin for out number 1. Here's Jalen Strickland, the senior outfielder. Two outs here in the 5th. Strickland down on strikes. Bryant whiffs on strike 1. Strike 2. 0-2 count here with 2 outs here in the top half of inning number 5. Bryant at the dish. Gatlin still on the mound for the Lions with the shutout. And that's strike 3. That's all for this one. Lions Township defeats the Proviso West Panthers 26-0 here on Senior Day. Luke and Nick, any final remarks?
Yeah, good game for LT. Just as Nick said, they had to keep the ball in the strike zone, play some good defense. They did just that, and the Bats came alive there in the 2nd inning with that 11-run inning. So good stuff for LT. Continuing their good season. I expect them to make a pretty deep run in state. They got what it takes.
I'd say the same thing. Very strong showing from LT here all around. Great batting at the plate. Made some solid contact. Everybody was doing well with the bats, and just a great game pitching wise too. And best regards to Proviso West. They did their best out there. Just didn't have what it took defensively today to get the job done.
Well, that's all for this one and for us. Thanks for dealing with us these past 4 years. It's been a pleasure. This was our final broadcast here at LTTV. I've enjoyed it. Hope you at home have too. That's all for this one. Lions Township wins 26-0 on Senior Day. For For Luke Lawson and Nick Jacobs, I'm Max Abrahamson. You are watching LTTV. Welcome home.